To many, submarine operations are a computer game. To the Defence Force, the view is different. The submarine offers Australia the opportunity to possess a substantial deterrent at relatively low acquisition and operating costs. This deterrent value was recognised in the Defence White Paper and contributed to the development of the new submarine project.
On the 3rd of June 1987, 9 years of investigation, analysis, study and evaluation culminated in the Australian government signing a contract for the construction of a new class of 6 submarines to replace the RN Oberons currently in service. The design selected was the Swedish Kockums Type 471, tendered by the Australian Submarine Corporation and fitted with the Rockwell Advanced Combat System. Through this and future video magazines, the new submarine project office will keep you up to date with progress resulting from this very important government initiative. A lot has happened since June 1987. We're already into the 1990s and the first boat is due to be launched in mid-1993, a little over 3 years away. The project is on schedule and within budget and well on the way to producing a formidable world-class submarine.
The Type 471 design is a development of the Västergötland class, the most recent submarine designed to enter service with the Royal Swedish Navy. Although a much bigger boat, the 471 has many common features with the Västergötland, incorporating low-risk technical improvements in operationally important areas. Features of the design include a classic teardrop hull with a single multi-bladed screw, X-form control surfaces for greater directional and depth-keeping manoeuvrability, hydroplanes on the fin to reduce flow noise around the forward sonar areas, and multiple deck construction to greatly enhance the working and living environment of the crew. The Type 471 is a complex, state-of-the-art diesel-electric powered submarine, which technically will be about 3 generations ahead of the present Oberon class. The maritime commander of the late 1990s will have control of a fleet with a capability perhaps only dreamt of by his predecessors. A fleet enhanced by the Seahawk helicopter, the Anzac frigate and the Type 471 submarine. Our replacement submarine will have a higher order of capability than the Oberon. In so saying, I do a disservice to a vessel which has, in its weapons update form, developed into a very formidable submarine, and which has served us well for almost a quarter of a century. The Oberon has taught the defence community the value of the submarine as a deterrent and enabled us to determine our requirements for a replacement. A submarine that will carry the same weapon load as the Oberon, but will have a submerged endurance of at least 100 hours at 4 knots, a patrol endurance of at least 70 days, a burst speed submerged not less than 21 knots, and a deep diving depth of not less than 300 metres. It will also have a minimum manning concept. Based on our operational experience and a Kockums design expertise, the Type 471 will have the performance for long-range independent operations throughout our region. For a potential aggressor, these will be the critical questions. Where can the Australian Type 471 operate? For how long? And what can it do whilst it's there? The new submarine project's financial advantages to Australia and its industries is greater than any previous defence contract. 70% of the project cost, $2,724 million at 1986 prices, will be spent in Australia.
The Australian company solely responsible for providing the new submarines and their support is the Australian Submarine Corporation, or ASC. ASC is an Australian partnership of 4 companies: Cockham's Marine, Wormald Australia, CBI Constructors, and the Australian Industry Development Corporation. Since mid-1987, ASC's established itself in Adelaide with offices close to the newly opened submarine assembly facility. As the prime contractor, ASC has the responsibility of integrating all subcontract work into the finished product and then to demonstrate that the submarines meet the specified RAN requirements. The new Submarine Project Office consists of uniformed and civilian staff who represent the interests of the Navy as well as the Commonwealth in managing ASC's performance. Work under the contract will see the involvement of many Australian and overseas companies. In fact, there are 9 countries in all contributing to the project. Thousands of new jobs are being created to establish what, in effect, is a new industry in Australia, the submarine construction industry. The design of the Type 471 is almost complete, and early construction work is taking place in Europe, North America and Australia. Many Australian engineers who've been working with specialist companies overseas for the past 2 years are due to return home shortly. They will pass on the expertise they've gained to the Australian companies who will produce the follow-on equipments. The transfer of expertise and design information to Australian companies is fundamental to the success of the project. It provides local industry with the real technology transfer needed to build the submarines in Australia, and importantly, the technology base to support and enhance the Type 471 submarine throughout its service life.